Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about another AGFA release, Effects. This is a movie that was under the radar. If you don't know, I've mentioned them before. AGFA is American Genre Film Archive. They get old movies that are like B movies, under the radar type films, things that had limited releases, and they do new scans of them and restore them and then put them out very lovingly on DVD and Blu-ray with extras and stuff. Really enjoying their releases lately. I recently watched Scary Movie and Wicked World, and I have what is it called? The Ugandan film specials coming, Who Killed Captain Alex and Bad Black. So I'm looking really forward to those. But anyhow, this was a release by them. Effects is a pretty interesting concept. It is a 1980 film, 84 minutes in length, and it was done by Tom Savini, who you may know from Dawn of the Dead and many of the other movies he's done makeup on, Friday the 13th, Joe Pilato from Day of the Dead, and John Harrison, who did Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. So the way this is described is actually pretty poignant. Cobbled together with loose change by George Romero's friends, Effects is a mesmerizing DIY frightmare that no one talks about but everyone should. A group of coked-up filmmakers, including Tom Savini, Joe Pilato, and John Harrison, gather in Pittsburgh to make a slasher called Duped, the Snuff Movie. As filming begins and accidents begin to happen, it's clear that something isn't right and no one can be trusted. Landing somewhere between Snuff and a student film by John Carpenter, Effects is a meta-enhanced takedown on the philosophy of horror that doubles as a sleazy and terrifying movie of its own. So all these people are living in this cabin and filming this really low-budget B-movie, horror movie. And there starts to get some turmoil. One guy starts dating one of the girls and falling for her. Meanwhile, she had dated someone else on the cast, so he's sort of pissed off. There's this other actor who's starting to act crazy and do weird things. He busts into people's rooms with pig heads and makeup on and starts, chopping the pig's nose off in front of people and threatening them. So there's this weird dynamic with the cast. It's kind of a slow burn movie. It's not a very fast film, but so they're filming this movie and you're seeing the interactions between the characters. They're doing cocaine, they're partying, then they're filming scenes and whatever. And one night, one of the, I think it's the director, shows everyone, not everyone, but some of the characters, a snuff film. And they're watching it and they're getting really creeped out. And they're like, this looks real. How did you get this? And he's like, oh, I bought it. And he's like, I'm just joking. I made it. It's not real. And they don't know whether to believe him. And then the film starts to sort of close in on itself in a sense, where one of the characters, things start happening to him. I don't want to give away too much. And you don't know what is part of the movie and what is an actual, violent act happening to this character and that they're filming it or not filming it or what's real. So it's a pretty interesting concept, and I think it was pretty good. As I said, it's a slower film, so you have to be into that. It has this 70s vibe to it, which usually isn't my cup of tea, though I did appreciate the movie. I would say I liked Scary Movie by AGFA and Wicked World more so. They're more my speed. But Effects was definitely interesting. It's not really a horror movie. I mean, I guess it is. It's sort of like a horror drama with horror elements sprinkled throughout, especially by the last quarter of the film. It went in a place I didn't expect it to go, so I found it interesting. I liked it. I think it was cool. I think AGFA picks up some very interesting under-the-radar films, and I look forward to seeing their future releases. And if you like any of these actors and directors and makeup artists that I mentioned, Effects is a pretty good recommendation. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I did like it, and it's one that I could see myself revisiting. I think it was sort of like a labor of love between these actors and makeup artists that were friends, and you can definitely tell. They tried something different, and I think if this were remade or rebooted now, and they did it with maybe a higher budget and maybe a little bit of an up-to-date filmmaking, I think this could pass as a new movie rebooted for today's generation with the same story. It may have even been done in other stories. I don't know. I haven't seen other movies like this, but there's a chance it's been done. So let me know, guys, if you've seen Effects by AGFA and what you think of it. I thought it was pretty cool. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.